Okay, today we're going to work on factoring trinomials when a is not 1. You can see here a is 5 and a is 2. Okay, I've written 5 steps here. If you'll follow these 5 steps, it'll work every single time. It'll be really easy, save you a lot of heartache, a lot of work, a lot of extra work. So let's look at a couple examples here. First, make sure you look for any factors, anything we can factor out, any number that will factor into 5, 14, and 8. There's not any here. So we're going to go right to the first step. First step is slide. Multiply a times c. So right here, a is 2 and c is 12. So I do a times c, and I get x squared plus 11x. 2 times 12 is 24. Okay, that's step 1 is slide. Step 2 is to factor. Okay, just like we did last week, you're going to factor. And I get x and x. 2 numbers that multiply to give me 24, but add to give me 11 are 8 and 3. Okay, 8 times 3 is 24. 8 plus 3 is 11. That's step 2 in factor. Then I go down to step 3, which is divide. Okay, you're going to divide those factors by a. Well, a is 2, so I divide those by 2. Okay, so that's a, and I'm dividing by 2. That's step 3, just simply divide. And then step 4 goes right with it, which is reduce. Reduce those fractions as simple a form as you can. Okay, so if you look here, 8 divided by 2 is 4, so that's simplest form. Becomes 8 plus 4. 3 divided by 2, I'm just going to leave it 3 over 2. Do not make this a mixed number or a decimal. Leave it 3 over 2. Okay, leave this 3 over 2. And that finishes step 4. And then the last step is to swing. The denominator, if you have one, put it in front of the variable. If you don't have one, then don't do that step. But if you do, then you take the denominator, which is the number on the bottom, and you put it in front. Okay, like here, I don't have one, so I'm going to do it. But here's, I'm going to swing this 2 over in front, and I'm going to swing that over, and now it's 2x plus 3. And I'm done. And if you want to FOIL that out, it'll show you right back to where we started. But again, that's every single step. And you get x plus 4 times 2x plus 3. Okay? Let's try one more here. Again, look for the greatest, or any factors. Nothing goes into 5, 14, and 8 evenly, so I can skip that. Excuse me. I go straight to slide. So a times c, a times c, and I get x squared minus 14x. 5 times 8 is 40. That's step 1. Step 2 is to factor. Okay? 2 numbers that will multiply to give me 40, but give me negative 14 in the middle would be, let's see here, 8 and 5, what are factors of 40? 8 and 5, that won't give me 14. 20 and 2 will not. 4 and 10, 4 and 10. 4 times 10. 4 times 10 will give me 40. And if I add them here, now make sure your signs are right, because I have to have a positive here and a negative in the middle. So they're both going to have to be negative. Negative 10 times negative 4 is positive 40. But when I add them, negative 10 plus negative 4, I get negative 14. So we went with these 2 right here. And that's step 2. Step 3 is to divide. Divide the factors by a. Well, a is 5. Okay. And then step 3 is to reduce those fractions. Okay, 10 divided by 5 is 2. And again here, this will not reduce. So I'm going to leave it. Okay, just like we did over here, leave it. Don't make it a decimal, and don't make it a mixed number if you can. Just leave it 4 over 5. Okay, and that's step 4. And then finally, step 5, the denominator, swing it in front of the variable. I don't have a denominator here, that I do here, and I'm going to swing it in front. So I'm left with x minus 2, and then 5x minus 4. And we're done. And then, like I said, you can always check it by FOILing it out. And you'll end up where we started. Okay? And that's how you slide and divide, by multiplying or factoring out trinomials where A is not